Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. Okay, we have a sell-off in the market. Let's take a look. Here we're looking at the SPY, which is representing the S&P 500. And we are on a 2-hour time frame here, something different for you guys. I want to see a little more interaction for during off hours. So this is year to date here. You see here we have a nice sell-off here, right to the $600 level here. So going to hold that as support, we'll have to see, but it definitely uses this as resistance up here, 610. And also, I would like to let you know that we also here the oil WTI crude is down 3.5%, 3.25%, down to $70 per barrel for WTI, which is a really big move. And the 10-year yield has dropped 10 basis points today, 4.43. It was at 4.52. And the relative strength of the US dollar has decreased as well. So someone's been buying a lot of debt here to help keep this market from completely tanking. Now there was also speculation about, what's going on here. China put out a report that there's a new variant of the coronavirus, and all of a sudden stocks start selling off. So that's pretty interesting. And we're gonna have to take a look at that. I also want to give a shout out to some latest subscribers and all of our subscribers. So I'd like to give a shout out to TR, give a shout out to Joel, B-Dog, also give a shout out to my boy Danny, and also Jason from Ivy League Trading, and Phil, and Jill. What's up? Hope you all having a good weekend coming up. So let's get back into it. So here we got a sell-off coming. Is this a correction? Buy the dip? According to Tom Lee, he says yes. This is a buy the dip opportunity. He was on CNBC today. So there you have it. We're selling off. QQQ. Let's take a look. What's going on here? The internet's quite slow. On here. Okay, sell off as well. We're going to have to see what happens. Is it going to hold this 520.01 for support? We'll have to see. If not, it's coming back down to here, 507 to touch 502. So that's going to be interesting to take a look at that and see what happens. Let's take a look at what are we looking at? Tesla. Let's go to the big 7 here. Tesla. Okay, they are following this downtrend, as you can see. Okay, this is pretty much year to date right now. And again, a big sell-off today. A lot of markets were selling off today. Okay, in fact, look how nice and green this looks. Well, I should say not green, red rather, I'm sorry. So you have big hits here. So let's go back to the top 7 here. We got Apple. Not bad, small sell-off today. Topping tail shows weakness. Sellers are coming in, pushing it down. Microsoft, they are weak, but they are below the 200 moving day average. Nevertheless, they're holding this pretty, it's a nice range here, 416. Google, they have sold off after earnings. Earnings were good, beat expectations, but the outlook is weak. And they're selling off past the 20, past the 50, and now we're heading towards the 200-day moving average possibly, which is the green line. Amazon, again, they had good earnings, but their outlook for 25 was weak. Selling off, big sell-off today. Meta, well, you would expect that. They've just been going straight up, and I would expect some profit taking. So there was a big sell-off here today as well. NVIDIA, here I'll make it larger for you guys so you can see it. See, this is year to date. Okay. So they hit a high of 153. They're in a small downtrend right now. We'll draw a quick line. As you can clearly see, look how these line up beautifully almost. Okay, that's going to be their downtrend right now. We can see. Let's go ahead and do a little technical analysis drawing on this fast. There we go. So we're going to see what happens with NVIDIA. they're going to hold this downtrend here. We'll have to see. Something else I want to go with, by the way, PLTR has had a significant drop, but again, I would expect it after you look at this chart here. Look how back here in August of 24, it was $30. So here we are at 125 just a few days ago. I would expect something to get stretched this much is due to bounce back eventually. Even though Trump put out, you know, to the Department of Defense that they wanted to cut their budget by 8%, that was the initial drop right here. Okay, but it continued, and now it's continuing again today. It might be holding this range here. Look at this range here where it bounced up in one day, right after earnings. So if we can hold this $100 area here, it's very important. It's critical. If not, it's going to come back to it down to 82. There's nothing here to hold it here. So we'll have to see. Yeah, there's no technicals there. We might have a couple around here, around 84. Yeah, this will be where it's going to be. Anything else to look at? Intel's been making a pretty impressive comeback slowly. There's been talks about a company wanting to buy them out, and that made their stock start to go up, but then it started to give it back. Okay, let's look at oil. We talked about oil dropping off today. What's Oxy Petroleum doing here? Okay, they had great earnings, by the way, so that's shot up. They beat their expectations a lot. As you can see, they're 0.66 cents estimated, $2.44 actual, but they're a little heavy on inventory, and with a possible weak outlook now, and that sent the stock coming down today. So there's no doubt about that. Anything else we could take a look at here? Well, let's take a look at Pfizer since we talked about the coronavirus here. And it did shoot up today on that news, no doubt about it. From a low of 25.80 to a high of 26.60. Not a bad move, but it's down to 26.29, and it kind of touched this wick here. But this has been a very volatile stock. It's been all up and down and all around. So that's it for right now. Again, we're just going to have to keep a close eye on what's going on. Keep an eye on the 10-year yield, which is, if that starts to spike up quickly, you can expect these markets to get hit hard. But right now, these markets get back here to this buy. They need to give some back. Okay, it's just been extremely overextended over the past year 25. Let's go back to the daily chart here. I mean, here we go. Here's 2020 right here. Here's right, yeah, this would be the crash right here, March of 20. It came down to 221, 218, and now up to 600. So it's gone pretty, and that pullback we had in October of 22 was to 350. And it passed here, right at the beginning of 24, all-time high of here of 1220, or January of 22. Started to sell off, and now January of 24 reached it and exceeded it quite a bit higher, so we can expect some profit taking. So that's it for now. Keep you posted with any other information that may come in. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.